Have you ever felt like the world was against you? Like every door you tried to open was slammed shut in your face? Today, I want to share a story that will change the way you see obstacles. It's not just a story about hardship. It is a story about the incredible power that lies within each of us to turn our greatest challenges into our most profound triumphs. This is the story of Alina, a woman who didn't just face adversity, she harnessed it. Alina grew up in a small, quiet town where dreams were often scaled down to fit the size of the community. From a young age, she was a whirlwind of creativity. Her notebooks weren't filled with class notes, but with sketches of intricate designs, business plans for imaginary companies, and stories of far-off lands. She saw potential everywhere, in everything. But the world around her didn't always see the potential in her. Be realistic, they'd say. That's not for people like us. These words were like tiny pebbles, slowly building a wall around her ambition. The first major blow came when she was a teenager. A fire, devastating and swift, tore through her family's home, taking with it not just their belongings, but their sense of security. Overnight, they lost everything. In the smoky haze of the aftermath, standing in front of the charred remains of her life, Alina felt a cold emptiness she had never known. The notebooks filled with her dreams were now just ashes. It felt like a sign, a cruel confirmation of what everyone had told her. Her dreams were just flammable, destined to turn to dust. In the years that followed, Alina tried to be realistic. She took a stable, predictable office job. The work was monotonous, a grayscale painting compared to the vibrant canvases of her imagination. Each day, she would file papers, answer phones, and feel a piece of her spirit dim. She was safe, she was secure, but she was slowly disappearing. The fire had taken her home, but the aftermath was threatening to take her soul. She was living a life that wasn't truly hers, haunted by the ghost of the girl who dared to dream. She hit rock bottom on her 25th birthday. Sitting alone in her small apartment, she looked around. It was neat, it was tidy, but it was devoid of her. There were no sketches on the walls, no half-finished projects on the table. It was a life of quiet desperation. She realized the fire wasn't the real tragedy. The real tragedy was that she had let the fire burn down her spirit. 2. She had let the fear of loss dictate her life, choosing a path of guaranteed mediocrity over the risky pursuit of greatness. In that moment of painful clarity, something shifted. A tiny ember, long dormant, began to glow. She remembered the girl who filled notebooks with ideas, the girl who wasn't afraid to imagine a bigger world. That night, she made a decision. She wouldn't let her story end this way. The adversity she had faced wouldn't be a full stop. It would be a comma, a pause before the next, more important, chapter. She decided to rebuild, not just her life, but herself, brick by brick, dream by dream. The next morning, Alina bought a new notebook. The first page felt daunting, a blank canvas of infinite, terrifying possibility. Her hand trembled as she picked up a pen. What would she even draw? But then she thought about the fire. She didn't sketch a house. She sketched a phoenix, a magnificent bird rising from a swirl of flames, its wings spread wide. It was a symbol of her own rebirth. This wasn't about erasing the past. It was about transforming it. The fire was no longer just a source of pain. It was now the source of her power. With this newfound resolve, Alina quit her job. It was the single most terrifying and liberating thing she had ever done. People called her crazy, irresponsible. You're throwing away a good job, they warned. But Alina knew she wasn't throwing anything away. She was finally grasping onto something real. She started a small online business from her kitchen table, selling custom-designed prints. Her first designs were all inspired by her journey phoenixes, kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold, and resilient trees with deep roots. The beginning was tough. There were days filled with self-doubt where the silence was only broken by the sound of a single sale notification, or sometimes, no sound at all. She worked 18-hour days, fueled by cheap coffee and sheer determination. She had to learn everything from scratch: web design, marketing, accounting. Every mistake felt personal, every setback a potential reason to quit. But every time she felt like giving up, she would look at her drawing of the phoenix. She remembered that transformation isn't a single, magical event. It's a process, often slow, often painful, but always leading upwards. Slowly but surely, people started to notice. Her designs resonated with others who had faced their own struggles. Her customers weren't just buying prints, they were buying a piece of hope, a reminder of their own resilience. Her business, born from ashes, began to flourish. She expanded her product line, hired her first employee, and moved out of her kitchen and into a small studio. The space, once an empty room, was now buzzing with creative energy. It was a physical manifestation of the world she had once only dared to imagine in her notebooks. But Alina's mission wasn't just about building a successful business. It was about sharing her message. She started a blog and a social media channel, not to showcase a perfect, curated life, but to share the messy, beautiful reality of her journey. She talked about the fire, the depression, the fear. She was raw, honest, and vulnerable. And in doing so, she created a community. a community of people who were tired of being told to be realistic, who are ready to find the strength in their own scars. Today, Alina is a thriving entrepreneur, an inspirational speaker, and a mentor to aspiring creators. She runs a company that empowers others to share their stories through art. The fire that almost destroyed her became the very thing that forged her. It taught her that security isn't found in a predictable job or a life without risk. True security comes from knowing you have the strength to rebuild, no matter what happens. It comes from within. Alina's story is a powerful testament to the human spirit. It shows us that our potential isn't something we're born with, prepackaged and defined. It's something we unleash. It's unlocked in our darkest moments, when we are forced to discover a strength we never knew we had. The obstacles in our path are not there to stop us. They are there to challenge us, to shape us, and ultimately, to reveal to us who we are truly meant to be. So, what is your fire? What is the adversity in your life that you've allowed to define you, to hold you back? I want you to look at it differently. See it not as an endpoint, but as a starting line. It is the raw material from which you can build your masterpiece. Just like Alina, you have the power to transform your adversity into your greatest advantage, to rise from the ashes, and to unleash the incredible potential that is waiting within you. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me share this powerful story with you. If it resonated with you, please hit that like button and share it with someone who might need to hear this message today. And don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you won't miss our next video. We'd love to have you in our community. Until next time, keep building.